Hello everyone, and welcome to Speak English with Mohajim. I'm really glad you're here today. On this channel, we learn English through stories. Not fast lessons, not difficult grammar, but real emotions, clear language, and natural storytelling. Today's story is not about heroes or villains. It is about two ordinary people. Their names are Oliver and Nora. And this is a story about love, timing, and decisions that are made long before anyone speaks them out loud. Please listen calmly. Pay attention to the words, the pauses, and the emotions. You don't need to understand every word. Just follow the feeling. That is how real language learning begins. Oliver met Nora at a time when his life was quiet. Not empty, just quiet. He was not searching for love. He was not planning a future with someone new. He was simply living his days, working, learning, and trying to understand himself better. Nora entered his life slowly. No dramatic beginning. No strong promises. Just conversations that felt easy, and silences that felt safe. At first, Oliver thought this was rare. Not exciting love. Not dangerous love. But honest love. He believed that when something feels honest, it can grow. Nora was different from people Oliver had known before. She listened carefully. She spoke softly. She asked questions that mattered. But from the very beginning, there was something unspoken. Nora knew it. Oliver did not. Nora understood the situation long before Oliver did. Not because she was wiser, but because her life had already been shaped by decisions she did not fully choose. Her future was not empty space. It was already filled with expectations. Family expectations. Social expectations. A path drawn by others, explained as security and stability. Oliver was not part of that plan. And that was the problem. At first, everything felt normal. Messages were answered. Calls were returned. Meetings happened naturally. Oliver began to care deeply. He did not rush. He did not demand. He believed patience was a form of love. When Nora replied late, he waited. When she sounded tired, he listened more. When she pulled back slightly, he stepped closer. He believed effort could close any distance. This is a common belief. And it is not foolish. But it is not always true. Over time, small changes appeared. Messages became shorter. Replies became slower. Conversations ended earlier than before. Oliver noticed. But he explained it to himself. She's busy. She's tired. Life is heavy sometimes. He chose understanding over suspicion. Nora noticed too. But her silence came from a different place. She was not losing interest. She was losing permission. Nora was standing between two worlds. In one world, there was Oliver. Honest. Present. Emotionally available. In the other world, there was a future already approved. A future with conditions. A future without questions. She was not allowed to choose freely. She was allowed to agree. And agreement is not the same as choice. There came a day when Oliver finally felt the weight of something he could not see. He asked a simple question. A calm question. An honest question. Is there something you're not telling me? Nora did not answer immediately. Silence has many meanings. This one was heavy. When she finally spoke, her words were careful. Not false. But incomplete. She did not lie. She simply did not say everything. Oliver sensed it. But he did not push. Sometimes people avoid the truth not because they are weak, but because the truth hurts everyone involved. As time passed, Oliver realized something painful. He was not competing with another person. He was competing with a decision. And decisions do not argue. They do not explain. They do not feel. They simply exist. The distance between them grew quietly. No fights. No dramatic endings. Just a slow fading. Oliver felt himself shrinking emotionally. Not because he loved less, but because he was afraid of losing completely. Nora felt herself disappearing. Not because she wanted to leave, but because staying was becoming impossible. They were both tired. In different ways. One evening, Oliver sat alone and thought about everything. He did not feel anger. He did not feel hatred. He felt confusion. He asked himself questions that had no answers. What did I do wrong? What could I have done better? Was I not enough? These are dangerous questions. Not because they are wrong, but because they often blame the wrong person. The truth was simple, but painful. Oliver was enough. Nora was honest. But the situation was stronger than both of them. Love existed. But space for love did not. Nora eventually spoke clearly. Not suddenly. Not loudly. But clearly. She explained the pressure. The expectations. The future that was already arranged. She did not ask Oliver to wait. She did not ask him to fight. She simply told the truth. Sometimes truth does not come with hope. Sometimes it comes with an ending. Oliver listened. He did not interrupt. He did not argue. He understood that this was not rejection. This was reality. And reality does not apologize. After that conversation, things changed completely. They did not become enemies. They did not become strangers overnight. But something essential was gone. The possibility. Without possibility, love becomes memory. The days after were the hardest. Not because of pain, but because of emptiness. Oliver did not cry at first. He did not feel dramatic sadness. He felt nothing. This kind of emptiness is common after emotional shock. The mind protects itself by becoming quiet. Nora experienced something similar. She did not feel relief. She did not feel peace. She felt numb. She had followed the path given to her. But she had lost something that mattered. And loss does not always look like sadness. Sometimes it looks like silence. Time passed. Weeks. Months. Life continued. But both Oliver and Nora carried something invisible. Not regret. Not resentment. But unanswered emotion. This is where the lesson begins. For life. And for language. English, like emotion, is not learned by force. It is learned by exposure, repetition, and honesty. Stories like this teach language naturally. Words like decision, expectation, pressure, honesty, loss, acceptance. These are not just vocabulary. They are experiences. Oliver began to reflect differently. He stopped asking, "Why wasn't I chosen?" He started asking, "What did this teach me?" He learned patience. He learned emotional clarity. He learned that timing matters. Most importantly, he learned that love is not a contract. It is a meeting point. If two lives cannot meet freely, love becomes heavy. Nora learned something too. She learned that safety without choice feels empty. She learned that silence can protect others but hurt yourself. She learned that not fighting does not mean not caring. Neither of them were wrong. Neither of them won. They both lost something. And they both grew. This story is not about blame. It is not about sadness. It is about understanding. Understanding that some relationships end, not because of lack of love, but because of lack of space. As an English learner, listen to how emotions are described. Notice how simple words carry deep meaning. You do not need complex vocabulary to tell powerful stories. You need clarity. You need honesty. You need patience. This story, like many real stories, has no dramatic ending. No reunión. No revenge. No miracle. Just acceptance. And acceptance is not weakness. It is maturity. At the end of it all, Oliver and Nora did not forget each other. They simply learned to live without each other. And that sometimes is the bravest thing people do. This was a narrated story about two people, Oliver and Nora. It was a story of love, limits, and life decisions. And it was told by one narrator. So you could focus on listening, understanding, and learning English naturally. Thank you for listening. Welcome again to Speak English with Mohajim. Keep listening. Keep learning. And remember, language grows best when it is connected to real human stories.